and my man Jacob Elordi. Do you know who that is?
No.
What are you grateful for that happened this year?
I'm grateful to be back on the podcast. I'm grateful for that.
Too many things to even list. My family and I, we lived another unpromised year.
Right.
My little sister's grown up into a beautiful young lady. She turned
Period.
15. We're 10 years apart, so I'm about to be 25 next week.
Kind
And
of.
yeah, my brothers are growing up nicely into ambitious young men. My niece is growing up. She just turned 2. She's such a smart, mannerable little girl. She knows, well, let's say you sneeze. She'll say, bless you. And you say, thank you.
Oh.
And she'll say, you're welcome. I was talking to her one day. I called her one day and I said, how are you? And she didn't even miss a beat. She said, good. How are you? And I said, well, thank you for
Oh.
asking. And she knows how, she's so smart. She knows that, my stepdad her grandpa was eating something and like she took his bowl from him and put it in the sink when he was done. Like she's so smart. She's
Oh.
very, very smart and she talks so well. I'm so grateful for that.
Right.
All my needs are provided for. Of course, the podcast finally returning. I'm so grateful to be able to even invest so much time and energy into it. And that's all I really care about. That's all I have eternal vision for. I don't really care about my YouTube channel at this moment in time
That YouTube
because I
channel
feel like
gone.
I rushed into it and I feel like I don't have the time for it. So
Right.
I'm considering putting it on the back burner. I just feel
I
like
did.
it's just not, it doesn't fit in the grand scheme of things right now. I'm not saying I'm
Mhm.
abandoning it, but it's just like it's just not doable for me
I abandoned it, and I'm proud of it.
at
Right.
this moment in time. But I mean, I'm not abandoning it, but I mean, who knows? Maybe I
I
will
did indeed abandon it.
be able to do some things with it. But my focus is a podcast and nurturing it and making sure that it grows into something really great. I'm grateful for all of you watching and tuning in and y'all writing into us like y'all never left,
Right.
after we were just taking a break for 6 months. And I'm grateful for growth, the ability to change and learn, and the sun, the moon, the stars, the rain, and the little things that really make life matter.
Right. I love that. I love all of that.
Hmm.
Come on, bitch. Drop a bomb. Yeah, all those things and more. I'm grateful for so many things. My family, of course, we made it to another unpromised year. My sister just turned 16. My brothers are well. My niece as well. She's growing nicely. I'm so grateful for everything. The journey that I've taken this year is something I've never thought would ever happen to me. Like the Gag City stuff. My love for Nicki Minaj took me places. It took me to fucking London. It's crazy. I've met so many great people because of that. And because of me following my passion for podcasts, I guess music, I guess I'm grateful for everybody that's been watching and commenting and liking and subscribing and am I to where we want to be? Of course not. The journey still continues, but I'm growing and nurturing and consistently being here for this podcast. And I'm so grateful to have like an outlet of creativity. And yeah, I'm having such a fun time doing it. And of course, I'm grateful for, all the love I've received from family, friends, especially J. Marie, who I can't wait to return. I'm really grateful for her for even getting me here in the first place in order to, even though she's on hiatus right now doing her thing. And I'm grateful that, she trusts my vision for the podcast and I can't wait to have her back.
I just tell y'all be safe.
Yeah.
Please.
Be safe.
safe.
Watch your back. Watch your back, rather.
Yes.
So much violence, so much anger in the world, so much death, and it's very disturbing. It's like, and especially what's going on with the Palestinian people, it's just so sickening.
Palestine, the Congo, Sudan, everywhere.
It really breaks my heart. There's so much death in the year 2024, and so many people did not get to see it. So many people did
Right.
not get to live out their dreams or even think about what they would want to do with their life because they're fighting for their lives.
Right.
Mhm.
It's a sad thing. It just seems as though 2023 it was just a lot of bullshit. It was a lot of bullshit going on. So let's try to do better this year. Please. Let's try at least.
First of all, I'm leaving the soundboard in 2023 because it's been giving me hell.
Gag is I figured out how to work the soundboard properly.
Gosh.
I'm not repeating myself anymore. I'm not repeating myself. The wise words that I say, you will get it one time. Next time you vent, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I gotta go. That's it. I'm letting people be who they are. And if they react to a situation a certain way, I'm gonna say one time, probably shouldn't do that. You should probably do this. But if you say, oh, you're right, yeah, but that's it. That is it.
Stop playing Mother Teresa. Cut it off. Solve your own problems now. You're not going to use my emotional labor and my emotional energy to fuel your bullshit.
I am going to be more focused on myself now than ever. I don't care who comes with me or who leaves me. I'm focused on building this platform and building myself and dedicating myself to things that really matter. Like, I'm barely on the internet anymore.
I'm back on it.
I follow a spiritual platform, and that's really it. I mean, I don't really be on TikTok anymore because I don't make TikTok videos. So
I'm back on TikTok and I am making TikToks.
Like, I haven't made a TikTok in a long time. But
I made one 30 minutes ago.
So I have tunnel vision. Like, I don't care about no bullshit.
Right.
Baby, I was focused. Like, when I get it in my head, it kind of takes a minute. But when I get in my head that I want to do something, it's like almost ruthless. But it has to click for me in order for me to hyper focus on what I want to do. And I am back on social media because I got to know what's going on. See what's going on in the world, because this is a social commentary show as part of it. Everything in moderation, right? I love TikTok. TikTok is so funny, and they talk about they banning it in 2 weeks. But I mean, hopefully something comes through. But if not, we move on to somewhere else. But I love TikTok. It's so raw and it's so real. It's one of the things I love the most about TikTok. And I did dedicate myself to the podcast, like, now more than ever, y'all. I think we're like at 560 followers on TikTok. I haven't gotten the Instagram up yet. Yeah, we're almost like pushing 300. We're like at 277 right now on subscribers on YouTube. But I'm really proud of the job I did. You know, I'm really proud of myself for applying myself to this podcast and being like, no, this is something of value. This is something I believe in. And yeah, here we are now in December 31st, 2024. I'm proud of myself.
Read more books, because I used to love to read, but it's like,
I read 1.5 books this year.
Now where do we find the time? But now I want to make time. Traveling. With my job currently, I have like 5 days off every month or so. So it's like, that's a vacation every month. And it's like, I don't care who come with me, who's able to come with me, who doesn't have this and that. I really would like to go places, you know.
Right.
I want to watch more movies. I've been on a real movie kick. Me and my boyfriend been watching a lot of movies, like classic movies, like Pulp Fiction. We watched Scarface a few weeks ago. I just finished a movie called Saltburn with my man, who's not my man. I have a civilian man. I got a famous man. My man, Jacob Elordi. Do you know who that is?
No.
He plays Nate on Euphoria.
Travel, I didn't do any solo travel, I guess you could say. I technically did when I went to London. My schedule changed up, so it's more jam-packed, and, you know, it was so unpredictable. I didn't really go anywhere. Went to Panama City Beach, Florida, and I went to London. Oh, but for the tour, we did go to New Orleans like 2 or 3 times for Nicki Minaj's tour, and Dallas. So, I mean, we've been a little somewhere. But the only books I read My Perspective by Kaya Shea. That was the first book I read of the year to completion. And I'm currently reading The 4 Agreements, A Practical Guide to Personal Freedom by Don Miguel Ruiz. And also, we've been watching some classic TV. Like, I watched The Sopranos to completion this year. Probably the best show I've ever seen. I love a good show. I love storytelling. I love a plot, a really good plot. And I also watch Sex and the City, which I still loved, you know, despite my grievances with it. Really good shows.
Consistency is one of the things I really pray for the most when it comes to the podcast, my YouTube channel. I'm not consistent on my YouTube channel. I'm probably not going to be honest with myself, but I would like to be. But
Right.
consistency with the podcast is my main thing.
But yeah, consistency is still something that I pray to seize. Like I can't post as much as I would like to, but you do what you can. Like if it's even one video a week, that's perfectly fine by me. It's what I can. Slow motion is better than no motion. You know what I mean?
Social media for the podcast, one of my goals is to get it up and going, because posting on social media sucks. I hate it. But I'm a perfectionist. I like to have a format. I like to have a visual to go with each episode. I sit in Canva and I make visuals to go with, the colors and everything. And it takes a while. Finding a clip to post, and you got to post a clip, get the hashtag, send the post, and do that for like 3 or 4 platforms. It's like, ugh.
One of the things I said, allowing myself to show up imperfectly, even if it's not the most prettiest looking post or whatever, I had to really get myself out of, it has to be perfect for me to post this. As long as I post a clip, any clip, that is something that is me doing promotion for this podcast. And it was just one of the things I really had to get out of my own way about. TikTok is up, but TikTok is going. Instagram is still nowhere to be found, but that's one of my goals for the upcoming years, to work on the podcast Instagram.
Somewhere on Twitch and maybe YouTube for this podcast, or Stationhead. Stationhead is a radio platform that I've been wanting to stream to, but I have not sat down to figure out how to stream to it. I'm sure it's not terribly complicated, but I really want to make use of that platform.
It isn't, but given my current schedule, I kind of come on either too inconsistently, or sometimes I record late in the night, like at 1 a.m. Sometimes I record in the middle of the day at like 2 o'clock. It really depends on what I have going on. And, it's too unpredictable of a schedule for listeners to be like, okay, I'm going to be here, I'm going to be there.
Keep having gratitude, clean out my closet and invest in some quality clothes. I'm so tired of the fast fashion, the thin ass clothes. I'm so tired of it because I grow out of them so quickly. But it's like, yeah, I want to clean out my closet. My closet is filled to the brim.
I cleaned out my closet yesterday. Donated 3 large bags of clothing to the donation collection boxes. Don't throw away your clothes. Donate them. Don't throw them in the trash unless they're all ratty and stuff. But many of my clothes still had tags on them, which is what I'm ashamed to say. A lot of my clothes were from like high school, which I'm also ashamed to say. But the fast fashion part, almost everything is made of fucking polyester. That is one of my goals, to, try to get one nice dress or top per month so I can build a new, what is it called, a capsule wardrobe, or like a staple wardrobe of some nice quality items. I still haven't gotten away from Shein, Fashion Nova, and things of that nature, but I'm going to make an effort to. Almost everything has the same material, the same drop shipping type quality stuff, But the more quality things, the more expensive. And then there's, buying things secondhand, thrift shopping, consignment stores, and things of that nature. But that is something I'm going to commit myself to this year.
Well, I'm not going to show y'all the vision board because you're not supposed to show anybody your vision board. But
Yeah.
I want to visit more museums. I like art. I love art. I want to do more art. I used to love drawing as a child, and I've been really wanting to get back to that.
Ooh. I have not been. Have I been to a museum? I've been to aquariums. Did I go to a museum this year? I feel like I've been to at least one. I would. That is also something I would like to do. I've always been kind of artistic and creative. So, I would like to get back into drawing and things of that nature, but I can't really see it right now. But, to me, this content creation stuff is my art.
Ooh,
okay.
I
want to be consistent with my skincare. I want to be consistent with my self-care, skin, pedicures, manicures, all that stuff. I want to go out more. I want to, because I feel like ever since I moved here, I've just been in the house and I've just been in a perpetual state of tiredness, not really doing anything. So I'm gonna go out,
right,
and solo dates or whatever I want to do. If I want to go out on the weekends, I'll go out on the weekends, and have some fun.
I actually have been doing that towards the later half of the year. I've been doing my solo dates. I've been on top of my skincare, on top of my lotions, my creams, my butters, things of that nature. Trying to go out at least once a month to go to a dinner by myself. And a lot of people are scared to go out and do that, but you don't look weird at all, because 9 times out of 10 somebody's gonna come and talk to you. All the times I've been out, somebody comes up and sits next to me or tries to talk to me and things of that nature. So don't be afraid to go out by yourself. It's a little uncomfortable at first, but it's pretty fun. I like spending time with myself. I think it's nice.
I want to get better at makeup. Really learn how to do my makeup very, very well.
I have been doing my makeup consistently. Like, so much of makeup, people overcomplicate it, but once you find your groove, your routine, you find your tones and your colors and what works for you, it all comes together. Like, today I did a little lighter type thing because I have somewhere to be after this. The more you do it, the better you get. Because at that point, I kind of forgot how to do my makeup because I hadn't done it in so long. You get comfortable in your relationship, so you're like, I don't really need to do all that. But I was like, well, I like makeup. I like, the glamour and the glitz of it all. So I wanted to get back to doing makeup, and that I did. And I've been enjoying, beating this mug. You know what I mean?
Get back to my spiritual journey. Well, I'm trying to find the time to, invest in
Make that time.
getting back to my spiritual journey, whether that be meditating and whatnot. But I've just been vibing right now.
I've been meditating and praying, not consistently. One of my goals for the year is to meditate and pray daily. If it's not daily, I won't be myself, at least every other day. But it really brings you a type of peace, a type of calm to slow down. Meditating forces you to be in the moment, clear your mind of the past. Don't even worry about the future. Be right here, right now. Breathe for 10 minutes straight, 20 minutes straight. Even some people do an hour, 2 hours. Somebody I know did 12 hours, 16 hours, and just let it all go, and praying after that, kind of like it really does raise your vibration. I remember I did it one night and I was feeling like higher than air. Is that a phrase? Lighter than air. So I woke and I just had a feeling of everything's gonna be okay. All the cells in my body are happy, they're vibrating, they're jumping for joy, and I'm like, everything's gonna be all right.
Hey, I would advise all y'all to make a vision board, but don't post it. Do not post it as much as I want to post mine. I really wanted to post mine, but because I worked so hard on it, but have some discernment when you share it. But a lot of y'all don't know who's against you and who's with you, but I would say keep your vision board private. Most of y'all keep your vision board private.
Yeah, I would say keep your vision board private. I didn't make a new one. I love mine so much. I might just change the year on it and keep it going because it has basically all the same goals, I guess. But yeah, keep it pushing. Keep it, keep it quiet. I only shared mine with maybe 3 or 4 people. But yeah, mine looks really good. So if I make a new one, I'll probably post mine to show y'all an example of what I did. But yeah, it's really motivating. It helps you stick to the plan. It really does.
I have mine set as my desktop background right now that I'm looking at. And, you put so much work into it and, you show who you want to be in this year. I have some quotes on mine. I have a lot of pictures of the vibe I want to go for, people who I want to embody on it too. It really motivates you to stick to the plan, oh, wait, this is the plan. Set it as your phone screen or your desktop screen too. I want to eat a healthier, more balanced diet.
My diet towards the later half of the year has been pretty trash, I will admit, but I have been introducing more vegetables into my diet. I've tried green beans because I was a very picky eater growing up. I'm introducing broccoli. I had broccoli for the first time 2 weeks ago and it was not bad at all. So I'm looking forward to incorporating more healthier, balanced diet. I will be damned if I give up, chicken and stuff, but everything in moderation. Everything is moderation. Once a week, maybe every blue moon, have your burger, have your fries, have your milkshake, But yeah, I've been eating salmon, chicken, rice, all the good stuff, I've been trying. I've been learning how to cook too.
I want to take care of my hair. I want to learn how to do my hair really well, and I want to maintain it because, in fact, I'm getting a trim tomorrow. Yeah, I'm getting a blow dry and trim tomorrow. I got a little bit of heat damage last year, It doesn't look too bad at all. It's really not noticeable, but it's like I just really want to take care of my hair. My rising is in Leo. Like I was watching a video
Mm-hmm.
about beauty tips according to your rising sign. And as a Leo, Leos take care of their hair. Like it's like a lion's mane. Like people would always tell me I have beautiful, thick, dense hair like a lion. But
Yes, you
I
do.
really want to take care of it and get back to that.
I have been taking care of my hair, and I'm happy to say I think I'm back to where I was before I got the damage. So I don't think it was just heat damage. It was a combination of hard water damage and maybe a little bit of heat damage. So the hard water damage is when you're living in a big city such as Houston. The public water is like contaminated with like so many minerals, it makes the water hard, so it makes your hair dry, frizzy, and breaking off. So I got my silk press back in like July 2023 for a trim and whatnot, because I was trying to keep up with trims, and I couldn't find anybody that would trim my hair in a blow dried state. Now I have. I think the water wasn't properly hydrating my hair, so my hair never got to revert fully with proper distilled water. As I lived throughout Houston, and I was like, oh my gosh, my hair is just getting worse and worse and worse. What is going on? Because my products were the same. I found a routine that works for me. And I realized one day, what if it's the water? So I tested out my theory by getting some hard water shampoo and conditioner. It's only $10 each from Sally Beauty. It's the Ion hard water shampoo and conditioner. So I washed my hair with a gallon of distilled water, and when I tell you I almost cried when my curls came back, because it was the water the whole entire time that was breaking my hair off. And now I think, I still have some work to do, but I've been using Olaplex as well. I think Olaplex number 3 is what's been helping me, my hair get its elasticity back. It's been the water the whole time, which is crazy to me. Time management. It feels like I barely have any time to do anything. Period. So time management is definitely a challenge because I work 48 hours a week. Then I have to have time for friends, family, the chores in the house, my boyfriend, and it's like, where do I find the time to do anything? Meal prepping, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, that was really difficult for me. Like I was really down on myself about it because it just got to be so much for me. I mean, people who love you want to spend time with you. That is a fact. It's just what it is. But I just felt like my time was, give me some of your time, give me some of your time, give me some of your time, give me some of your time. And then work is like, give me your time. It maybe I do need to find a new job next year. Who knows?
Right. My boyfriend, he
Relationships too.
loves
Sorry.
sweets.
Sure
He
does.
loves sweets. When I met him, I was not drinking no soda. I was just drinking strictly water. I didn't eat candy or nothing like that. He came into my life and said, he's like, oh, here's some coke, not, oh, that sentence came out wrong.
But look at me now. My favorite candy is Albanese gummy bears in the white bag. I don't think I have any over here, but I have some in the house. I got some for Christmas. And Kinder Buenos. So good. Crispy, creamy Kinder Buenos. So good. Try them if y'all haven't. But now I like to eat candy. I'm so sad to say.
Came into my life and said, he's like, oh, here's some coke, not, oh, that sentence came out wrong. Here's some coke, but no, Coca-Cola, and like we joke about how now we're Coke addicts. Like on the weekends, we drink Coke and rum. Like I drink Coke and Malibu rum mixed together, and like he'll get 2 bottles of Coke and he'll get the Coke. He'll put it in the freezer for a little bit and he'll take it out and he'll crack it open and it'll go, tch. He's like, listen to that. And he's like, he'll take the lid off. He's like, first sip from my lady. And I go, like Coke has it's crisp. Like if you drink Coke, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, like it's like it has a bite to it. And we're like, oh my God, like that shit, it hits you. And we're just like, we are 2 Coke addicts sitting in the kitchen looking at a bottle of Coca-Cola, really getting a buzz off of it. But it's,
let it snow, let it snow. No, I'm not. No, absolutely not. In no reality will I ever. Actually, y'all, I had a dream a day or 2 ago. maybe day before yesterday. So I think it was Saturday night that I was with some people. I don't know who these people were, but I think I was at a party or somebody's house or something, and they were pressuring me so bad to do some lines of coke, and I couldn't do it. I was like, no, I can't do it. No, I can't do it. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. But thank God in my dream I had sense. I was like, no, I can't. I don't want to do no lines. I don't want to do no bumps. I don't want to do it. But I shit you not. That was a dream I had the other day. Our new drink, though, is lemon drops. He figured out how to make a lemon drop martini. So he gets some lemonade, drains it, get the pulp out. And he adds, I think a couple shots of triple sec, a couple shots of vodka, and some simple syrup. Mix it together. Oh my God, that shit is so good. He needs to learn how to make an espresso martini next. Also, now we add, what is it called? The blue curacao syrup. And it is just a citrusy island delight. It is so good. He wanted me to tell y'all, shout out to my baby boy biscuit, quote unquote. Those were his words. And yeah, that's what he wanted me to do on my show. Make it all about him. I'm not a big chocolate person either. I'm not a big candy person, period. But like Kinder Buenos, they're so good. They're the mini kinds that, you can pop them open and, it'll melt in your mouth. Like it's a crisp shell, and the middle, it'll just melt in your mouth. And it's so good. And you got me hooked on hot fries too. I'm not a spicy food eater at all by any means, but he's like, try it. The seasoning is so good. It's so good. But then there's the afterburn that's really, but
can we talk about it?
I haven't had any hot fries in a while though. So good. I love hot fries. I haven't had any in a while, but my spice tolerance, I used to despise spicy food, but I like stuff with a little kick to it. Now, I don't like stuff flaming hot, but like he got me started on those hot Cheetos. And I remember, so my grandma just turned 70 the other day, remember y'all? And I went out to dinner with them, and my family, I got some chicharrones at this Mexican restaurant as an appetizer. And it's pork skin, basically, like pork rinds, and it's sprinkled with some type of dust. I don't know what it was, but I was just eating it, and my mom took a bite, and she was like, "Oh my God, that's so spicy!" And I was like, "I didn't know it was so spicy." But my sister's like, "Oh, girl, your spice tolerance is up, shit," because it was crazy. Because I hated spicy food. If it had a little burn, I didn't want it.
Y'all, also, I'm ready this year to see the Queen in the flesh. Can we talk about it? I'm ready to see Queen.
I would press the soundboard right now.
I'll do it for you.
Anyway, look, the Queen. Who is the Queen? Angling. She's gone. But we are going to see Nicki Minaj in New Orleans in a couple months or so. So if any of y'all going to New Orleans for Nicki, you probably see us out there.
Now, we didn't go see Nicki once, not twice, but 4 times. That was the highlight of my year, and it was a great time. The first concert we went to, the first time it got canceled because Nicki was sick. What are you gonna do about that? I was a little bit upset, but it's like, it's life. You're still in New Orleans. Go find something fun to do. I love the city of New Orleans. I love it so much. The vibe, the energy is so different down there. I went and found something fun to do. But the first time I was like, I waited my whole life to see Nicki Minaj, and it got canceled. I rolled over. I cried 3 silent tears before picking myself up and going on. I can be a titty baby sometimes. I can acknowledge that. But the blessing in that, I realized, that first time it got canceled, like probably our highest video right now, why do the Barbs love Nicki Minaj? We were going to do a vlog, and I don't think I like vlogs because I don't like being like, okay guys, I don't think it's for me personally. I wanted to do something that was more in line with what we do, which is more like social psychological commentary. So the blessing in that was my friend Kino, she was talking on her platform. She was like, why is nobody on the ground? Why is nobody talking to the Barbs? And I was like, why is nobody talking to Barbs? And I was like, why don't we just go around, talk to the Barbs, and see why? What is the hype behind Nicki Minaj? and we can make a video out of it. And we did that like every like 4 times, and somehow that led to my dear friend Cam Dion recognizing us for what we did, and that is what got us to London. So see how your passions can intertwine in ways you don't expect and lead to some great opportunities. That, you know, that was like the highlight of my year, and I'm so grateful for everything that resulted from, I guess you could say, my love for Nicki Minaj, and also my love for podcasting and like seeing the way the human mind works. But I had a great time, you know, and it's something I'll probably remember for the rest of my life. And Nicki Minaj paying for my first time on a plane. And people don't believe me when I say Nicki Minaj paid for my first time on a plane. How many people can say that? That shit it's crazy. But my goal, my wish, my manifestation is that one day I will be able to talk to her and provide my services to Queen Radio. Fingers fucking crossed. If it's meant to be, you know, that's what I would love to do, is lend my services to Queen Radio if she ever recognizes me in that way and sees value in what I do.
Yes,
I'm so
and
excited. That was my one of my birthday presents to myself, seeing the queen of rap, Nicki Minaj, and I'm sure it's gonna be a moment for life. I'm looking forward to it. It was it, and I had like 4 birthdays then. If that was my birthday present, it was a roller coaster, and I'm so grateful all the people I met because of it, and I'm so grateful I got to experience it with J. Marie, my best friend, and you know, I wish that I could have this moment for life. Hey, for life. Okay, I gotta go. But yeah, I think that's the last segment before we went into the emails. I want to share y'all a complete list of my goals. Now, my goals that I said, they may have seemed small or like insignificant or like not monumental or like history changing or something to that effect. You know, we all want to be like, okay, I want to make 7 million figures. I want to do this. I want to climb this mountain. I want to go here. I mean, if you can accomplish that, good for you. But I purposely made goals that seem small and specific. I intentionally made them that way so they can be attainable in my eyes. So let's talk about the human brain. When you say, I want to be famous, I want to make $1 million, your brain is like, how do I do that? Your brain is going to look for the way to get there. Your brain searches for the steps that it takes to achieve that, because obviously that's going to take a lot. So you're like, I want to be famous. And you're like, the brain's like, how do I become famous? Like, that's a big thing to do in like 12 months, you know? So you kind of freak out. And when you get to the end of the year and you're not famous or you don't have $1 million, you're beating yourself up because you didn't get to that goal. The brain freaks out because it's not able to develop a surefire way to get those things. And when the end of the year comes, you're disappointed at yourself because you didn't know how. So I guess let's say how to become famous, I guess. Okay, well, maybe if you depends on the route you take. Like I said, eat healthier, read more books, meditate. How do you do those things? Eat better and eat in moderation. That's how you do that. How do you exercise more? Visit a gym more than you used to. If you go 1 times a week, 2 times a week, that's more than 0 times per week. Read a book more than I used to. How many books did I read? 1.5. That's more than last year, right? How do I meditate? Go to YouTube, turn on some meditation music or a guiding meditation. Sit there and meditate for at least 10 minutes. That's how I did it. And now I'm more pleased with myself at the end of the year because I did what I set out to do. I set out my intentions. When you say become famous, okay, how do we become famous? I guess post to social media once or twice or 3 times a week, whatever your schedule is or your specialty. Maybe you want to be a content creator, post every single day. Maybe you want to, develop a following on Twitter. You got to tweet. Instagram, you got to post reels. YouTube, you got to post videos. If you want to make $1 million, okay, let's divide that up. Okay, how much money per month do I need to make? What do I do for work in order to get me there? Do I need to start my own business? Do I need to develop a product? Do I need to do this and that? What are the paths I can take? What are the chewable bite-sized pieces I can take to get there? You might not become famous or make $1 million this year, maybe, but you're setting the building blocks up so you can get there. I purposely do these things, That was the first time I've thought, man, you know what? I feel like I don't accomplish anything every year. How about I do some small things that I think would make my life great, that I can be proud of by the end of the year? That's why I did that purposely. Make them attainable. They don't have to seem, a goal is a goal at the end of the day. Doesn't matter how big or small you think it is or how it looks to other people. You still achieved it at the end of the day, and that builds your confidence. Okay, y'all. My goals for 2025 are as follows. Number one, become a better speaker. If I'm going to take this seriously and try to master this craft of podcasting, I have to be able to articulate myself better. I listened to the podcast episodes of like when we first started this show. I was just firing out from the mouth. I was like, da, 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 da. I spoke a little bit too fast, actually. But I was like, oh my God, I could speak and articulate exactly what I wanted to say when I wanted to say it on the spot. But when I get on the camera, I'm like, I'm using filler words like, whatnot, what have you. I want to become a better speaker if I'm going to commit to this, which will require me to read more books. Reading expands your vocabulary. Meditate and pray each day. If not each day, then every other day, as much as I can. Stretch and exercise. Now, as we get up in age, the old bones start to ache. I'm turning the ripe age of 26 in 2 weeks. And I could feel, my bones, when your joints pop when you stand up, is getting there. Stretching really helps out with that, and exercise as well. As we get older, your bones get more brittle. Exercise helps with the aging process. We need to keep a consistent workout routine so that when we're older, we're not just stuck in a wheelchair, or we're not, so frail when we get older. Pledge allegiance to the bag. I'm chasing the bag. Remember, I said don't chase money, but I'm still chasing the money. But I think, in order to take this operation where it needs to go, I need to, invest my time and my services and my skill set at occupations that will help me pledge, get the bag, you know what I mean? But no, I have enough. I'm grateful for what I have right now. If I get some more money, I'm a Capricorn, honey. We like to get that money up. We like the bag. I'm a Capricorn. That's what we do, is chase the bag. I want to cook more. I have a recipe database in my phone full of recipes to try that I barely have not touched. I want to cook more than I used to. I want to eat healthier as well. As I said, I've been trying vegetables and whatnot. I want to eat a more balanced, healthier diet. Like, I want to eat those plates off Pinterest that have all the colorful fruits and vegetables. And I'm like, I don't eat that. I don't eat that. I don't eat that. But I do now. Have gratitude for the life that I lived. When I was in my seasonal depression, I was like, what is there to be happy about? But that was me through the lens of seasonal depression. And now that I'm out of it, I felt like, oh my gosh, there's been a weight lift out of me. It was crazy. I was driving home from the holidays with my family, and I just felt lighter than air. Like, I just felt like my glow returning to me. And I was like, oh my goodness, the color is coming back into my life, and I have so much to be happy about. One nice outfit or dress per month. I want to build a better closet. I'm in my quote unquote grown and sexy era, grown woman era, I guess. So I just want to get one nice outfit or dress per month, a nice one. I want to be at peace. I want to be at peace with where I am, who I am, and what I'm doing. That's all that matters. As long as you have that peace on the outside, everything else is negligible. I want to learn to corn roll. That is one thing I felt like I never would be able to do, is cornrow. Now that I'm getting into the wigs and whatnot and maintaining my hair, I want to learn how to cornrow. I want to cuss less. I want to use less cuss words. I've been doing good this episode. I haven't used barely any. Do I want to stop cussing? No, I love cussing. I love the F word. I love the B word. I love all the words, the dirty words. I love cussing. But I feel like once you get to a point where people, how people speak and it's just littered with cuss words, and it's like, you don't know another word. Like, it can hamper your articulation to me. I'm going to say less. I'm going to use it sparingly, parsley. Let's sprinkle the word fuck in places. And also with becoming an adult, I just want to be able to articulate myself better and commit to the podcast even more. Commit to the podcast for discussions and advice for all walks of life even more. I'm so grateful for this podcast. I'm grateful to even have an outlet to where I can just talk about the things I feel like that needed to be discussed. I'm so grateful for everybody who gives us our time to even stick around and listen and see what we even have to say for a moment. I'm not saying good things are coming in 2025, but I'm optimistic about where things are going to go, and I can't wait to invest, give it all that I have to this podcast and keep doing it and keep giving it and keep being consistent and showing up for myself and all of you and J. Marie whenever she may return. I do miss her very, very much, and I hope she's able to return next year. Yeah, I'm so grateful. Once again, thank y'all. I'm from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening, subscribing, liking, reposting, retweeting. I'm so happy. I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I hope you all had a great 2024. And if not, let's make 2025 incredible. Brag on yourself in the comments. What have you accomplished this year? What do you hope to accomplish? Doesn't matter if it's big or small. What have you done or what do you want to do? Be very vividly vocal in the comments. But thank y'all so much for watching. I will see you next year. Bye, you guys.